Meanwhile, Elon Musk is out there now saying openly that he would support Ron DeSantis for president, which, again, I think is not unexpected. Somebody tweeted him, would you support Ron DeSantis in 2024, Elon? And he said yes. So all of this followed a series of replies over Thanksgiving weekend on free speech and deplatforming. Musk said, I'm fine with Trump not tweeting. The important thing is that Twitter correct a grave mistake in banning his account despite no violation of the law or terms of service. He said, deplatforming a sitting president undermined public trust in Twitter for half of America, which is exactly right. And then he added some context. He said, as a reminder, I was a significant supporter of the Obama-Biden presidency and reluctantly voted for Biden over Trump. He said, my freedom of speech is the bedrock of a strong democracy and must take precedence. My preference for the 2024 presidency is someone sensible and centrist. I'd hope that would be the case for the Biden administration. I've been disappointed so far. And then he said that he would vote for DeSantis. Again, making the art of politics is make it very hard to vote for your opponent, make it very easy to vote for you. And Donald Trump has a habit of making it very hard to vote for his opponents and very, very hard to vote for him. And when Musk says that he would back somebody who's willing to wage culture wars that are centrist in nature, somebody who's willing to stand up to the media, and so he would back DeSantis, I certainly don't think that he is wrong in that. Meanwhile, not a shock, as Musk has made his turn toward free speech, other members of the Silicon Valley chattering class are very angry at him. One Silicon Valley investor named Roger McNamee says it would actually be good for democracy and safety if Twitter just disappeared outright. Yes, less free speech is definitely better for democracy, according to this Silicon Valley investor on Ali Velshi's show on MSNBC. It's always fun to watch members of the media cry for more censorship.
People like you and me who dwell in this world, journalists, politicians, some celebrities, are all lamenting the idea that Musk is wrecking Twitter. Is it necessarily a bad thing that he's wrecking Twitter? Is it a bad thing that Twitter might actually disappear or sort of collapse?
Ali, I think if Twitter actually disappeared completely, that probably would be a good thing for democracy. It'd probably be a good thing for public health and public safety.
Oh, it'd be great. So they were all fine with Twitter while Twitter was doing the bidding of the left. The minute that Musk opens it up, then all of a sudden they're very angry at Twitter. By the way, if it's good for democracy, I'm just wondering, isn't Twitter right now being used by people in China who are pressing for democracy to send out their videos? Isn't that Twitter? Isn't that Musk's Twitter? Isn't it Musk's Twitter that is allowing for information to get out of Ukraine because he put up Starlink in Ukraine? All these people, we love democracy and we love free speech, except when it's broad enough to encompass views we don't like, even if that means that actual democracy is fostered in places like Ukraine or places like China. Amazing how fast those principles go away the minute somebody they don't like is in control of the mechanisms of power. Speaking of which, in the dumbest tweet exchange of the weekend, Alyssa Milano decided that she was going to give away her Tesla because she's angry at Elon Musk. Quote, I gave back my Tesla. I bought the VW electric vehicle. I love it. I'm not sure how advertisers can buy space on Twitter. Publicly traded companies' products being pushed in alignment with hate and white supremacy doesn't seem to be a winning business model. So first of all, advertisers will go where there are eyeballs. And a platform for speech is not the same thing as advertisers endorsing every dumb tweet on Twitter. Of course. Now, as to the idea that she is winning by giving back her Tesla and buying a VW EV, as one account pointed out, I believe it's the Hodge twins, VW was founded by literally Hitler. Like literally Hitler. So she's going to get rid of her Tesla because Elon Musk is allowing people to talk she doesn't want to talk. And because presumably he backs politicians she doesn't like. So she's going to buy a car from the company founded by Hitler. Genius level stuff happening here among our glitterati, as always. And meanwhile, in just amazing cultural news, remember that time that Disney decided that they were going to trans the kids? Disney decided that their not-so-secret gay agenda had to be imposed on pretty much all of their art. It turns out that's a horrible business strategy. I'm talking about businesses that are sinking themselves into the mire on behalf of wokeness. Disney's movie Strange World, which I commented on last week to the hue and cry of the entire left-wing media, I pointed out that Strange World apparently has a significant theme, a gay teenage romance. And I pointed out, listen, you're a parent, you get to decide what you want your kids to see, what you want your kids not to see. This is a movie that is aimed at kids who are 5 to 10. I will not be taking my kids to see a movie in which parents celebrate their teenage boy having a crush on another boy. That's not something I'm interested in explaining to my 8, 6, and 2-year-old. Well, it turns out a lot of parents felt the same way because Strange World was a complete bomb, like a complete bomb. And this makes, by the way, Disney's second major bomb in which they've injected useless LGBTQ themes that are completely superfluous to plot, in which they've just injected this sort of stuff because they have to woke the world. According to Variety, Disney's Strange World failed to entice family audiences, collapsing in its debut with $11.9 million from 4,174 North American theaters over the weekend and $18.6 million over the 5-day holiday frame. That is a horrible number. Heading into the weekend, the film was expected to go $30 to $40 million over the long weekend. So that means they did less than half of what they expected to do. A horrifying number for Disney. And now they're going to try and blame it on streaming. They're going to try and say that people are waiting to stream it. This is not true. This is not true. You know, it is a dramatic fail. A serious, serious fail by Disney. And all very foreseeable, because it turns out that when you alienate your core constituency, namely parents, you don't make money. This is not super difficult to understand. I mean, again, just to put this into perspective, if you were to, I'm trying to break it down like right now, essentially each showing of Strange World, if you break this thing down, you assume, say, 5 showings a day for a 5-day period, you're talking about presumably $178 a theater for each showing. Terrible, terrible numbers. And this is what happens when you decide to declare traditional parents your enemies. Encanto, by the way, did fine. Lightyear was a giant fail. Strange World's budget was $180 million. So, huge fail. Lightyear was a huge fail. This is a huge fail. Maybe you guys should stop woking your company. It was designed to provide innocence and magic to children, and you decided instead that you were more interested in your woke priorities, and now you will pay the price. Alrighty, guys, the rest of the show is continuing right now. You're not going to want to miss it. We'll be getting into Justin Trudeau becoming the first world leader to appear on Drag Race. Plus, things are weird in Canada. There's an actual company that is now promoting assisted suicide to sell fashion. If you're not a member, click the link in the description and join us.